Ranking every NHL team based on the amount of success that they've had since I've been alive. This is part one. Now, when I first did this ranking, it was in the middle of the 2023 to 24 season, so a lot's changed since then. And when I initially did the ranking, basically it was me looking at team success and saying, yeah, I'd rather have this team's success over that team's success. This time, though, there's an actual point system. Now, the point system consists of 1 point for every playoff appearance, 2 for every round win, 2 for every President's Trophy, 10 additional points for a Stanley Cup final appearance, and 40 for a Stanley Cup win, which might seem like a lot, but as someone who watched their favorite team win the Stanley Cup, it feels like 40 points. So then at 32nd on this list, it's the Utah Mammoth. The Mammoth chose to not take any of the Arizona Coyotes' past history or records with them to Utah, so therefore none of the Coyotes' success is included in this ranking, which means Utah has 0 playoff appearances, so they have 0 points. At 31st on this list, it's the Seattle Kraken. Through Seattle's first 4 seasons in the NHL, they've only made the playoffs once and have one series victory. But what a series victory that was, as they eliminated the Central Division champs that year, the Colorado Avalanche, in 7 games. At 30th, it's the Columbus Blue Jackets. Since I've been alive, the Columbus Blue Jackets have made 6 playoff appearances, and they have 1 playoff round win, which was when they eliminated the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round in 2019 in one of the biggest first-round upsets in NHL history. Now, you might be thinking the Columbus should have 2 round wins because of when they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in the qualifying round in 2020. But I don't count that because that's a qualifying for the playoffs rounds, not a playoff round. At 29th on this list, it's the Buffalo Sabres. Based on the point system that I created, the Sabres are at 14 points. They've made 4 playoff appearances since I've been alive. They haven't made the playoffs the last 14 seasons, but in those 4 playoff appearances, they have 2 conference finals runs in 2006 and 2007. At 28th on this list, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs have made the playoffs consistently for almost a decade now, as they have 11 playoff appearances since I've been alive, but it's their lack of success in the playoffs that has them so low in these rankings. But they did pick up a pretty exciting playoff series victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2023, so at least they have some memories to look back on. At 27, it's the Winnipeg Jets. I included the Thrashers' history as part of the Jets because the Jets include the Thrashers in all their franchise records. Therefore, since I've been alive, the Jets have 8 playoff appearances, 4 playoff round wins, and a President's Trophy. And I'm pretty high on the Jets going into next season. I think they'll be a contender, so maybe they can win a Stanley Cup and drastically jump up these rankings. Like and follow for part 2.